Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 39 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us once again on the show, finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
And here's Matt Clark. He's one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
The Geo of the Geotrix, Geotrix.
Yo, yo. Hello, it's me.
And joining us back on this episode after we called him out on the previous episode, slapped that gauntlet and threw it to the ground. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, have a quick look at this. I was saying now that we had Mr. Rogers on the show and he mentioned that he's actually going to Splinterfest. We're gonna have to get onto him about the cosplay. We're totally gonna have to get him into. We've got to get on his back hardcore, and we want photo because he's going to do some roving reporting for us on scene. So
Yeah,
we've got to get him into the cosplay side of it.
but what
That'd
do
be
we do?
wonderful.
What do we? Child of the Forest.
Ooh,
It's
a bit of an ask, isn't it? Who's
It is.
Actually,
you know
why don't we make it a competition? Every week, the person who writes a comment generates the most gets 10% of the post rewards. What about this week? We'll make it the best idea for cosplay for Mr. Rogers. And whoever comes up with the best idea, will get 10%. So thanks for coming on tonight, Mr. Rogers. What did you
Very
think
welcome.
when you saw the episode? What was your reaction?
I was a little surprised. No, I mean not shocked. And not all that surprised after a minute or two, but I was just like, "Oh, you guys." So yeah, and then I started thinking, well, how hard is it going to be to get a chicken costume or a decent toga? Do I really want to walk around Vegas barefoot? Sort of like practical sort of ideas after that.
Yeah, you'd probably fit in, wouldn't more walking around Vegas in some sort of cosplay than you would dressed like general public.
Probably, I don't know.
you'd look like a Grand Theft Auto character. It's perfect. Like some NPC, walking, and have
that
like
you're-
certain lines.
A casino employee on their break or something from one of the themed casinos,
That would be awesome. Just be like, "Hey, what's up?"
But I think
I'm a
too,
chicken.
some bonus points if you wear it on the plane on your way to Vegas as well.
Well, the problem is, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
Friday
you
night,
can't.
Friday night flight to Vegas.
A night to remember.
Yes.
Yeah, wearing
Yeah.
wings all green or something. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Would you fit in the seat? Oh no.
That's the other thing too, depending on the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What
No,
idea?
I haven't checked in a couple of days. I should or I haven't checked since yesterday. Have there been any other good ideas? Like somebody, there was Magnor and then Geo, you came up with I really like the Furious Chicken, and then Gelatinous Cube was really cool. I don't know how I would pull
Yeah,
that
how would
off,
you
but
do
I
that?
would love to go to Splinterfest as Gelatinous Cube.
How would you do that?
A cardboard box, and you spray it with like a metallic.
Ringy sort of.
Yeah.
You need some sort of
But it's-
slime like hanging off, like
Yeah,
some
I
tinsel
know.
or something streaming behind you.
And glitter, and yeah.
Could you imagine the size of like the suitcase I'd have to get that giant box flown
On your lap.
flown across the US?
Well, at least
You want
if
it to
there's a
get bigger
box, you
as
could
well, like-
flatten it, to get it in your
Every
suitcase.
hour or two, it gets bigger. Till the end of the conference, it's like you can't even get out the door because it's massive. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So what are
I
you
have linked you.
favouring? What are you favouring?
mean, Magnor just sounds stupid simple. I mean, if I wanted to be really lazy about it, Furious Chicken sounds really fun. Just the different ways one could make themselves look like a chicken.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas, sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, and then I haven't actually sat down and looked at cards or thought about different cards or anything like that, or the looks, just because I haven't wanted to take that mental exercise yet.
See,
gonna
another
have to.
suggestion too is Goblin Psychic.
Hey, that is a good one. Yeah,
Who suggested that again?
I think you did it actually.
Really?
Yeah, during the episode. Yeah, because then
cool.
Matt said, "Oh, you mean the Goblin Physic?"
Yes, yes.
Remember? Yeah.
Because he's in a cloak, right? And he's got just like this little headpiece. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's easy.
um,
And you
Just
can wear
have
That on
paint on your
green,
face.
Molten Ogre?
something green for the
Yeah.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the physique for Molten Ogre. I think I could pull him off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
that would be really
Goblin
fun.
Psychic, not physic.
Yep, he's got that cool robe too.
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that robe is amazing. That's like,
Mm.
So you're feeling
I
like
reckon exploding dwarf would be fun. I definitely have the physique for exploding dwarf. I don't know how you do the flame. Yeah,
yeah, that would be tough. You know, it's funny. You see these cards so often and you get used to seeing them. It's so easy to forget how freaking cool they all look and how intricate they all
Absolutely.
are. At least for me, because that's not, I don't, like my brain just gets used to seeing them all the time.
You know, talking about the artwork, because I came from playing like Yu-Gi-Oh and all that, I thought it was like real basic, but there's this appreciation I have for the simplicity of the early series and how right now just things are progressing with the art, with the things, with just like the edges, they're really sharp. It's just the artistic view on the cards have changed like drastically, I find, and I just feel like it's just going to progress more and more until we do get maybe like even a set that looks like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh. Who knows? But yeah, I just thought I'd note that.
yeah. Well, that Rift Watchers death card looks pretty mean. Like I love
I
the
think,
artwork on that.
I forget if it was in Discord or where it was, but somebody was putting Chromatic Dragon and I think Usit. Is that the name of the big dragon, Death Dragon?
Yes.
Anyway, it was
yes.
putting them side by side and it was so crazy the difference. Yeah, it was just like,
wait.
wow.
Yeah, were you talking about that dragon and the Yu-Gi-Oh card that I put down in the chat, or is this some other totally
Oh no, this was
off-topic
in
thing
like
that I wasn't a part of?
this was either in Town Hall or Mav Chat. Like somebody
Okay,
took like one of
okay.
the new, I think it might be called Usit. I'm not sure, but it was one of the new Death Rift Watcher cards, and they
Yeah.
and they
And
put
you
them
had-
next to Chromatic Dragon, and it was just like,
Mm.
this is 4 years. Like it was amazing. And Chromatic Dragon
Night
is
and day.
so cool anyway. But it was incredible.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
some of the artwork from the A and B were just from players, weren't they? There was competitions for artwork on the cards and stuff.
I don't remember competitions for the artwork.
No? Okay.
Might have happened, but I don't remember it. I know there was naming rights and design.
Yeah.
Exile grabbed the first villain. He's going to be the first villain boss.
Boss, yeah.
That was a long time ago. And there was a few guys like Cryptomancer who did. I don't even think he was working for Splinterlands at the time. He was just a player, but he bought the rights to Cryptmancer, and there's a few other guys like that. Neil with Leah Deep Swimmer, but I don't think they did the art. I think they just did the naming and the lore, the stats and the art. Splinterlands did from memory, but I might have missed something there.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just some Mandela effect or something.
But I like
Absolutely.
the early art too. The Splinter Storm skins I went through to have a look at those the other day. Just to be honest, I accidentally clicked on the on the skins tab. I haven't been in there in 18 months or something, and there's so many of them are sold out. There's probably only 1 in 10 still in there, and those have often only got 60 or 70 out of 1,000 are still there. So if anyone wants to speculate, assuming that they're still there, I think they're going to be collector's items down the track. If you can buy a common skin for 1,800 dark energy crystals and then sell it to some guy who's a collector 2-3 years from now, they're the original skins. They're not coming back. So I snapped up a few of those just to diversify a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, case in point, I went in there to look for some skins. 5 months ago, maybe, because I was like, hey, skins, cool, because I like skins, and so many were sold out, and I was like, well, shit, like I got to the game too late. But like, yeah, I'd be interested in buying skins just to complete my collection, because I think that's really cool, because I've got a lot, but I'm missing a lot because they were already
I'm
gone
waiting.
months ago. So
Yeah, I got a divine healer, and that was a while ago. And when I did that, there was like a lot of them were sold out even then. So
I'm assuming the non-card market will help with stuff like that, where skins will be able to be listed and transferable. That's always been the promise, is that skins would be transferable. Well, the intention, not the promise. So the non-card market should have skins on there, and you can dart in and pick up what you want. Obviously, with a markup for the guy who darted in first and got it. But I'm happy with I've only got one per splinter. When I was grabbing a few the other day, I thought I'd just grab one per splinter. So whatever the game, whatever the match, I can throw in just one little skin if I feel like it. But
what did you grab?
It's Fire Beetle, Flash Column, obviously.
Fresh color.
Have a look. There's a few. I think Spineback Wolf. Let me have a look. Clay Golem. I got on Clay Golem, Fire Beetle, Flash Golem. So that's white, red, and green. I didn't grab any neutrals. I didn't grab any dragons because they were all sold out. Pirate Captain in the blue, and then Haunted Spider in death. So just all basically commons, I think, maybe one rare, but just one per. And the art too. If you like the art, then go for it.
the arts.
I'm glad your skins aren't there when you're picking your team though, because I'd hate to look at a whole lot of new pictures and just go, what's what? I like it that it's only when it's displaying your game.
Yeah. Did you grab the A or B for the wolf? Spineback wolf.
A or B. Well, there's two variants, are there?
Yeah, because I just know, because I was looking at that, I just added thorns to my B Spineback wolf today.
I think there's only, because the art's the same, isn't it? Spineback wolf only has one skin. It's only 45 out of 1,000 left. 1,800 dark energy crystals. I don't have it yet. I'm about
But
to.
like the original artwork from the alpha and the beta, there's a slight difference with the Spineback wolf.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like this.
I know they're all zoomed in a bit more. With beta,
Yes.
they're a bit more zoomed in.
Maybe that's all it
After
is
they
then.
panned out a bit. That'll
Yeah.
be probably what it is. Yeah.
I'm really waiting for new skins for new sets.
Do you think they'll do that? Do you reckon
Oh
that'll-
yeah. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah,
how
I
they
remember Aggie farming it out in Discord saying, hey, what do you think of this? There's this artist that it was more like almost a glowing neon sort of look or vibe. And this girl, I think it's a Filipino artist, she'd done 10 or 20 different potential skins. And a lot of people were like, yeah, they look really sick. But then I think when the original Splinter Storm weren't really selling, the Eye of Sauron started looking elsewhere, and Aggro sort of moved on. But he's definitely keen to load up on different types and types of skins, maybe even as like holiday, Halloween, Christmas, that sort of
themed?
limited time themed, that time of year. Maybe go
Absolutely.
in that direction.
Or even with
Christmas.
onboarding, like pick like a particular a known artist, and invite them to do like 10 skins of their choice
Wow.
or something.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. And then that
I
artist's
see that.
followers are gonna hear what they've done, and they'll come have a look at the game.
And
So
off of
yeah,
the funds they get, they also are able to get like a percentage, like a payoff for like doing it as well, right?
commission. Yeah,
Because yeah, absolutely, man. That's actually really cool.
That
yeah,
would
I
some
be
like that.
really,
royalty
really
commission
cool.
on everyone it sells. But
Hell yeah.
and for us, it's yeah, we're using the fame of that artist for
Mm, mm.
their following, their fans,
Yeah.
and it works for them because yeah, it would be a win-win situation.
Yeah, and
So
even for the small
Nate's,
dudes.
Nate's clarified a couple of times that there's a confounding factor here that makes sense. When land rolls out, items and spells will come, and there'll be a round where you pick your team based on your mana cap rule sets, and then there'll be a second round where you see each other's teams, and you then pick items and spells for your team with a different mana cap allowance. The problem with having a whole lot of different skins then is that when your team flashes up on screen, your opponent is going to look at these cards and go, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. What cards are they? And not recognize them. So what I think the workaround might end up being is the individual competitors will only see the original art when they're looking at each other's teams. And then when the game actually plays, then it'll
There's
be
the skin.
that'll be the skins. That'll be your chance to display the skins. I think that's really the only way around it. And
That's awesome.
then skins are a free for all, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if there's only one card in the game that's like that, and like they're all different, like Rooney, then okay, so be it. Like it doesn't really matter. You look at that and go, oh yeah, he's got that and Rooney, and then I don't need to know which Rooney it is. I mean, they're all different, but they've all got the exact same stats. So that's just in my head as Rooney. But if it's a whole lot of cards like that I don't recognise, then yeah, you recipe for disaster.
yeah,
And
especially
not
the
fair.
timer ticking down as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's
fair
a
call.
great idea because, like, I mean, skins are huge. Like, I know people who spent so much money on skins. It's just stupid, because they add nothing to the game. They're not going to help your game at all. But like, and I've spent stupid money on skins too,
Mhm.
on Steam. STEAM. Just
Yep.
because I was like, that looks so cool. And then
Gold knife, rainbow knife.
oh, that mask looks like a cheese grater.
Yeah. I don't know, in the game of Guild Wars, like with skins for armor and for weapons, but the stats are exactly the same. It doesn't help you any way whatsoever in PvE or PvP. It just looks freaking cool. And now they were the ones that were like people were paying either top in-game money for, or off the game eBay transaction. Like it was all about the skins. Completely all about the skins. Stats don't change. Yeah, there's a huge skin market.
And it's revenue.
For sure.
And it's revenue, man. I mean,
Yeah, and
it
that
costs
idea
them
is
literally
perfect.
nothing.
Yeah, it won't break the game. It won't interfere with gameplay. That's such a cool idea.
But most of the time they're not transferable, whereas these are. We can speculate on them and say, hey, Splinter Storm skins. And so I'm looking at them thinking, why is there not this like mad rush for these? Because that people love skins. That when more regular folk arrive, they're going to be, hey, I want what's the original skins? They're going to and go, well, I can pick one up for 1,800 Dark Energy crystals now, but I won't do it. It's like, where's the FOMO?
Yeah.
But it's like anything. While it's available, those who get it, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I could pick up Riftwatchers packs, or I could do this. Yeah, you just kind of, it just feels like it's so readily available. And then 6 months later, somebody goes, oh, you were there and you could have bought this for only 1,800. You're like,
Foresight.
well, yeah. Exactly.
Or in this case, 4 skins.
That's how you circumcise a whale, 4 skin divers.
Oh, that was well called. Oh,
Wow.
brilliant.
Anyway.
Nice, Bob. Nice.
So
Nice.
what's new? Like what I mean, there's so much has happened. Got to ask did you get some promo cards for the Rift Watchers, Mr. Rogers? Did you get up for that
No,
or?
no, I went back and forth for days. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like there's so much I want to get. There's so much I want to like have and I can't. And this sucks because I want it. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, I made spreadsheets. I did all sorts of math.
Oh
I-
no.
it was just like I was having like conundrums, you know. So I ended up just aping in on more nodes because I thought if I'm going to spend a bunch of SPS, like I want it to return to me within a reasonable time frame, and I want some kind of return happening that I can use to keep compounding into the game. So I went in on more nodes, and then I've been using the returns from the nodes, the liquid returns from the nodes and vouchers to get more Rift Watcher packs. But now that Rift Watcher packs are getting more expensive and everybody's going to be opening Rift Watcher cards, I'm thinking maybe I'll just hold the Rift Watcher packs that I've bought already and maybe just buy good looking Rift Watcher cards. And just hold those Rift Watcher packs until long time from now. Like Matt, you're always telling people who want to invest. And I'm thinking maybe I'll pick up some chaos packs too and just hang on to those for a few years. So yeah, so that's what's new. I'm also putting, you know, just putting a little bit more into some liquidity pools because I ended up draining those out. Because those are a good place, I think, to park some, you know, nothing crazy, but a little bit. And then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that anyone's felt the real pinch of that yet, but Gia and I were talking about that earlier today, because like with guild upgrades and stuff, like, you know, we contribute deck. We can't contribute SPS. And it's like, eventually, like, where are people going to be getting this deck from if they don't allow upgrades to be done with SPS or something like that?
They'll be using the burn mechanic to generate new SPS, to generate new deck. Sorry, burning existing SPS to generate new deck. So that'll be
I
one of
looked at
the.
that the other day. I did an example. I just did the math for. I put in the box burn 100 SPS to see how much deck that's worth, and then I actually sent 100 SPS to Hive Engine, sold it for Swap Hive, and then bought deck. And the difference was huge by sending it to Hive Engine and buying. It was like at least 30% on top of what you would have got if you just burnt it for deck.
Yeah, so that's deliberate. That's deliberate. This whole thing is turning SPS into a shock absorber for deck to try to keep the price there. So if deck was over the peg or the par value of $1 per thousand, then you would find the opposite, right? Say if deck was selling at $1.30 per thousand, then you would find you're better off burning SPS to generate new dark energy crystals, and then buying packs with them that way, because you'd actually what you're then doing is you're taking SPS out of circulation and generating 975 dark energy crystals for each $1 worth of SPS burnt. So it's like if deck is below the peg, then you want to swap between them. So SPS goes down, deck goes up. But if deck is above the peg, then you want to burn and generate, where you get rid of SPS, making it more scarce, and generate new dark energy crystals, making them more plentiful, and then putting downward pressure on the price. So the entire thing is it's a shock absorber. So you don't want to be burning SPS for dark energy crystals yet, not until it's at or around that peg of $1 per thousand. And that's all by design.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I'll also look at, I mean, at the moment for buying packs, I'll be more inclined to buy credits with PayPal for packs to so you know, save the deck for individual card purchases. But again, you know, even though you can buy cards with credits as well. But I don't think we're quite at the point yet where people are feeling the pinch. But it's going to be interesting to see once people start like, okay, I need 10,000 deck. Where the hell am I going to get that from? And it might even help with the rental market as well. Cause you know, my alts, or my spare cards that I'm not using, you know, but that's only generating it for me. Rentals are really bad at the moment, actually. Like this season,
Or
it's
low
like,
BCX.
but yeah, like a third of what I got the previous season for rentals. But that's 2K deck a season. So at least I've got some deck coming in, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what people do start doing once that pinch is felt, which I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, that's a fair point. See, I use my rentals for the guild now, for Mr. Rogers' guild. Aegis of Glory, yeah, you know? I can just
Yeah.
literally that's what it's there for. It's there just to help out, you know? So
Mhm.
the spare
Yeah.
cards, man, that's what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of rentals, I am right now on Mr. Rogers. I am renting $60,000 worth of cards. Like that's what I'm renting in. And
My lord,
wait,
that's mental.
no, yeah. Well, actually, it's $90,000 worth of cards, but it's costing me 15K deck a day, which is like what, like
The
10,
commission.
$11. Like it's $11 or $12 a day to get US dollars to get depending on how you want to look at it, $50,000 or $90,000 worth of cards that I'm using in both modern and wild to get sometimes 30 SPS a win. And I'm like, I mean, what I'm renting out sucks. I'm only getting like 8,000 deck a day from all my rentals, which I used to get 20 or 30.
How are you renting? Are you doing it all manually still, or are you using a third party
No,
app?
all my rentals are on Jablonski, and I have those going through Dragon Tools right now. I've used Dragon Tools and I've used Splex.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
using Splex at the moment. I haven't. What's Dragon
They're-
Tools like?
They're both super cool. I went over to Dragon Tools when it was a lot cheaper on resource credits than Splex, but I know Splex has also done a lot of tooling with their algorithm on resource credits. So, like, I mean, and I know what's the third one? There's somebody from Team Possibles. Oh God,
It's not
Splinter Rents, I
Aaron's
think.
Toolbox. Okay, yeah,
Splinter Rents. I think those are the big three. Dragon Tools, Splinter Rents, and Splex. I think honestly they're all competitors and trying to keep up with each other. So I think any
yeah.
one of the three are great. So
So you're not renting out your whole deck.
I'm renting out pretty much all of Jablonski, and then
Okay.
when brawls come up, I rent for whatever brawl I'm in Jablonski, and then I use
Right.
and that's when I play Jablonski in ranked. Because Jablonski was just a rental account. And then
Yeah.
when I picked up Aegis or Aegis, but I don't know how you say that word.
Aegis,
I think
Argus,
it's Aegis.
Aegis.
Haggis of Glory.
I've always
Um,
gone with Aegis from like D&D
Aegis.
days, but I
All
don't
right,
know
so
if it's
yeah,
right.
and then when I picked up Aegis, I was like, I need somebody to lead this, and it's going to be Jablonski. So
The big
yeah, so that's
Jablonski,
the big Jablonski. Yeah. So
Big Lebowski, for anyone who was wondering where that sort of
the
reference
dude,
was.
the
Coen
dude
Brothers. Yeah,
abides.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
like
no,
a serious. Go. I just said it's
Oh.
a serious guild and like leader Jablonski. Like,
But
I
yeah,
love it.
Jablonski's getting like a third of what the rental market is just. But you can get a lot too. I mean, some of the cards are really expensive, but
True.
I mean, if you are renting cards, it's kind of cool right now because you can get a lot of value.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you do need some gold for the next brawl, if you're doing the gold foil, just DM me what you need.
Cool.
Because it's for me, I don't want to put my gold foils on the rental market because it's like, now someone rents it for a period of time, then you need it and you can't, you got to wait 2 days and there's a cooldown. But knowing it's just for that one day or whatever, when you just pick your team, that's easy to do. So yeah,
Yeah.
have a look for my goldies and let me know what you need for the brawl.
Sweet. I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delegation is nice. We do that in Shield all the time.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Matt, what's your latest? It's interesting actually because we asked Matt last time, like you did with you. Matt did the same thing. He gave Rift Watchers a miss and bought a few more nodes. What's your latest move, Matt?
Yeah, I FOMO'd into nodes just as they were about. It's just Tranche 1 was selling out.
Oh,
Woke
you
up,
got the
Rift
good
Watchers
deals
was gone.
then.
Yeah, Rift Watchers was gone. I woke up and we had 100. No, it was less than that. It was like 18 licenses left. And so I'm on my phone in bed and ran downstairs and yes, I bought one. I bought my 4th. I was like, yes, I got my 4th license in Tranche 1, and then sitting there watching, and it's gone down to 8, and guys are counting it down, and it's 7, and I went, the vouchers are right there, the SPS is right there. Let's just do it. And so I think I was like the 3rd to last in Tranche 1 or something like that. So I got five licenses now, which is nothing compared to some of the other whales out there. Michael B and Neil McSpadden, and so in whale terms, I'm like right left behind. But
Yeah.
obviously in most other players' terms, it's like, well, this is a lot, and especially now, like immediately, I bought this thing for $2,500, and less than a minute later, it's worth $5,000. So I'm like, hey, great, this is cool. At least that's what it's selling for retail. You can still get them for less than that on Hive Engine. But so I FOMO'd in on, and that was right. That was right when everything was selling, right? Rift Watchers, Tower Defense, Rooney. And so I burnt through all my dry powder right then. And then I'm looking at what am I going to do? So I went in reasonably hard on Tower Defense and Rift Watchers. Yeah, as I said, it's just kind of went by me. I'm afraid you have to let some of these opportunities go past, otherwise you're going to struggle. So I stayed up till 3:30 and managed to grab 3 Rooney whitelist spots. So one for myself and one each for a couple of friends who asked me to if I could. So they took the risk, obviously, of them selling out quicker than I could grab them. I did go back for a 4th, but didn't get there in time. So yes, I managed to get 3 of those. So I'll generate 3 Roonies and pick my favourite and send the other 2 to. No, I'm joking.
How do you balance your friends where only 2 of them are actually going to get it? It's like,
yeah, well, there's only 2 that tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, if you're up, can you do it?" So, and they'd sent me vouchers beforehand too.
Yeah.
So,
because it'd be tough if there was 4 of them, but you only got 2. It's like, okay, how do you scale those friends? Which 2 get them, which 2 don't?
Yeah.
Just put on my dad hat then and say, "Well, look, until you guys can get along, I'm just going to have to keep these all to myself." All good.
Rewards on Survivor, it's like which teammates do you pick to take on the reward with you? And it's like reveals so much about your strategy in the game. It's like where people stand on the podium, so to speak. Yeah.
It's and it's based on all sorts of things. Who is it? Where are they at in the game? How much do they need my help? How much should they be taking care of these details themselves by now? I'll often, I've said before, when NoCoin has come along and say, "What should I get into?" I say, "Look, just don't worry about the game. If you're not interested in gaming, just buy packs. Go in, save up your credits until you can do a decent bulk pack purchase, and I'll just send you the vouchers, and you can, and I'll handhold them through all of that." But then if one of you handsome devils is like, "Hey, I need a bit of help," I'm like, okay, but still, we're peers, right? You need to look at some of these technical details yourself. So, it's a funny old ecosystem, and like you said, friendships, and I think we're forming good friendships here and now. And I keep thinking about Splinterfest and thinking, I wish I could have gone, and guys have tapped me on the shoulder, going, "You're going to be there. I'd love to, love to meet you in person," and that time will come. But it's not, US is not open to me now, and I'm not a huge traveller anyway, so.
Well, Matt, if someone does want to
month.
meet you, they can do that once a month if they prepare to go to Adelaide, can't they?
Yeah, this Thursday. It's only 2 days away. This Thursday, Duke of Brunswick from 6 p.m. Come one, come all. Drinks are on me. Nobody's really abused that so far. We've mostly got older guys, not young pissheads.
Yeah, road trip.
It's an offer, not a dare.
No, I would. I'm not a big drinker anyway. So
No, I don't drink. Yeah. Very, it's like,
yeah.
it's such a rare thing for me to do. Yeah.
And if you
It's such a
do,
tame
you're
crowd.
not.
It's all just Diet
Yeah,
Cokes.
Yeah.
and you're not
More of a
overdoing it,
smoker,
right?
more of a smoker than a drinker. Yeah.
Adelaide, hey.
Adelaide, yeah.
Right wing,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're looking at Australia, it's right in the middle, right down the middle, down the bottom.
With all the fucking dingoes.
With the big bite taken out of it. At the
Yeah.
bottom, yeah.
Yeah, if it's a whopper, it's where your thumb would go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where your thumb, yeah. Adelaide, yep.
I'm gonna
So yeah,
Google that.
it's a
My-
great spot. We don't have any toll roads, and it's good.
All right, so, Mr. Rogers, did you, like with passing the Rift Watchers, did you get yourself a Rooney? Did
I
you?
did. Yep.
Did?
I
This one?
got a Rooney. I was I thought about passing it by, and then I was like, these things, it's a good card and it looks so cool. Like, sold. I was like, there's no way I'm not getting that thing. Like, it's just awesome. So
Sure.
I did pass on tower defense. And that was just I had used all my dry powder. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed because I thought that it looked really cool. I might get some packs on secondary after a while, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm pumped I got the Rooney. That's just such a cool card. So
And could someone clarify for me in really simple terms, like how this tied in with the whitelist? Because my understanding of a whitelist just means that you're a real person, you're not a bot, you're authenticated. So what was the whole whitelist thing to get the Rooney?
It's more of a reservation in this case. So they're saying there'll be 6,500 of these things able to be minted. The first 2,000 of them will be for people who are on Hive right now, who have 100 vouchers ready to go and are here at the starting line. If you get one of these or two of these or three of these, then they're reservations for you to then generate one when they go live. So it's not really about approving us. It's just anyone with 100 vouchers and on Hive at the time
Right.
can get one of these reservations. So it's
Yeah.
a whitelist might not be the right name for it.
Bad term for it. Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, it's also what 50% discount on the
Yeah, and like Yabba's pretty
Yeah.
keen on the value of these things going up, right? Because he wants them to start reasonably low and then climb as people discover utility in not one but two games. Agrod said the other day, current thinking is Rooney's will be a potential hero in tower defense. So one of the heroes that you could pick would actually be your Rooney there in the game, which I think is really cool. Demonstration of the interoperability of this ecosystem, which I think is what we want. And it's one of the reasons I'm really excited about TD, not so much just personally, but also because if we support this thing and it grows and it gets big, and then people can see a demonstration of, you got one login, you got Hive keychain, you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. All of these currencies interoperate, all of these cards are able to be used in different circumstances. I think it's going to be great for the ecosystem. So I figure we'll, like you say, 50% discount for those on the whitelist. So $250 worth of Ethereum, which is pretty good for a maxed legendary card, especially one with a niche ability like this Self-Resurrect, because I love Llama Cube, and I know people hate it. It's frustrating to play against, but it's a win, right? I'll take the win. And anytime I can get a card dying, feeding the cube, and then being resurrected, I'll take that because it's feeding the cube twice. So it's been a struggle trying to get Spirit Druid Grog into various different teams to get the only resurrect on the Earth team so far to get that extra one. Now, assuming that the mana cap allows it, I can get Spirit Druid Grog and Rooney and Jellycube on the same team, summoned by Llama, obviously with the other slots filled up, and then I'm going into that last end game with one more health.
HP.
And it can make such a difference. That one more, especially after you've got the last stand multiplier kicks in, that can really make the difference between healing for 8 a round or 9 a round, or between 9 a round and 10 a round, depending on how many opponents how many cards your opponent plays.
It'd be great to see an example of that too, once you've got that team together and you have a good play. Just drop us a link.
Yep.
We'll have a look at that. Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Also, it might tip the scales on obnoxious fumes. Noxious fumes. You will have that extra one, whereas if your opponent didn't have the
Yes,
Rooney, it
not
had the
getting
same.
gassed. Yes, yes.
You will last. You'll last.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I hate it when their opportunity card takes out your shittest card, and that's the one that gets resurrected. It's like, that's not the card I want resurrected. Because he just gets
Mhm.
taken out the next round by opportunity again. Yeah, yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah. And plus two, I guess that 50% discount will help with the gas
So,
fee
on
well,
to
on Ethereum.
Yeah, and so the ETH guys can pump, the bags of the Hive community, whoever the Slitherlands players are. I think that's really cool and smart. It's like as they should.
And speaking of
Um,
getting new stuff, Geo, man, you scored 2 Jassics in the airdrop.
Yeah, I feel like 330 packs. So I was really lucky and really super stoked about that.
Yeah.
And on the topic of him, what's everyone's thoughts? I haven't used him, so who has?
Well, first off, though, that was an amazing pull. Like, congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Two
thank
on
you.
330. That's incredible.
Yeah, around there, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
330.
that's really cool. I
was
haven't used
lucky.
him. I didn't I haven't bought any yet, and I haven't I only got 3 from the airdrop, but I've gone against him a couple times, and I found like if you can predict that he's coming, he's really easy to counter.
Mhm.
Like with Lear, like because most of the time I found people use him with arrows. With magic though, I mean, but you can
Yeah.
counter him with death. Like I think Mimosa would be good against him for most situations, because then you've got the void plus the negative to arrows too. That would be helpful.
And
Absolutely.
he doesn't boost damage at all. That's the thing. So Mimosa's, if your opponent is using Yasik and going magic heavy, he's not boosting anyone's magic attack, and then Mimosa is minimizing that. So, and the thing is that it's a lack of concentrated firepower, right? So Scattershot sounds great on paper, but when you actually use it, you don't want 90% of his cards 10% dead. You want 10% of his cards completely dead. So
Mm.
yeah, you can't focus your firepower. I've used him quite a lot, probably too much, and I'm finding that he's devastating in melee only. Everyone has opportunity, super sneak. Essentially, when I'm not using ranged or magic cards, because the +2 damage and the pierce, it just stomps so many opponents. One thing I've found is also somewhat ironically in Back to Basics, when no one has any abilities,
Right.
often they'll backload their heavy hitters with low health right up the back and not prioritize armor because they figure that's where, and so you get a few lucky hits back there and you can cripple their
Yeah.
team, and the only thing they have left then is meat shields up the front, which is they're not doing any real damage output. So I have found Yasik's good for that. I do keep meaning to do some poison stuff where I'm just a couple of poison cards and just spray poison around the place, but I haven't really sat down and looked at what splinter would be best and which cards I have and maybe which cards I need to make that happen. But yeah, I'm a fan of Yasik. I don't think he's overpowered. I think if you just throw him in, it's a match, I'll just use Yasik, you're probably going to suffer for that because your opponent is going to hit you over and over again in that one spot, and you're just sort of splashing around all over the place and not really digging in deep. But if you consciously use him in specific circumstances, and this is what we want for these cards, he can be really, really devastating.
I
But I
got
That was
guess-
my.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go on.
go. Mister?
He trounced me in one match. It was a low mana match. I can't forget the cat, but I wasn't expecting a legendary summoner. And so like my monsters, like all the way, like especially in the middle, weren't anything super special. Like I remember one of them was a truth speaker. So and I might have had a triage in there too. And I think my first monster was a shield bearer. I had a life team. I might have had Lorna was my summoner. But anyway, like 5 or 6 rounds, like all my guys were just beat to hell, and then it was just like point, dead, and I was done. And like maybe he lost one or two, because everything was just going everywhere and blasting, and it was, so that's a good use case too. Like low mana might be really fun to play with him, because I was just when I saw him, I was like, oh, I'm gonna win this, and then I was like, oh, so that was cool.
Scattershotting with a blast card. Yeah, that could have consequences.
Yeah, and I think there were just enough that, and it was just low enough mana that I didn't have any meat shields really anywhere except up front. And yeah, it was nuts. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
One thing that I've been having fun with, and I discovered it sort of, I guess, by accident, but Magnor in second place with an Exploding Dwarf in front. So the extra 2 speed means the Exploding Dwarf really does a whole lot of damage. And the Magnor's taunting, so any incoming damage is going to Magnor first, while the Exploding Dwarf just rattles around in front and lays waste. If they have blast, and a fast blaster will be a problem because they'll hit Magnor and then splash damage onto Exploding Dwarf. But if you can keep him alive for a while, he does a heap of damage, and then Magnor gets once he dies, Magnor hits the front, and because he's a little bit slower, often it's his turn next. And because a lot of the damage has been done, he also has Pierce and he has Trample, right? So he's going to take out the next guy and then the next guy. And again, this is a good use case for Yasik in a lower mana match where it's 21 mana is Yasik and then Exploding Dwarf and then Magnor, and that's it, or a 0 mana Thrown Fiend. That is definitely a doable, viable strategy. Doesn't always play out. I had one where they stunned Magnor, and the Exploding Dwarf hit Thorns, died immediately, and then I've got a stunned Magnor up the front doing nothing, and it got ugly and dumb. And my opponent would have watched that and gone, "What was he even thinking?" But I had an idea; it just didn't pan out. But when it does pan out, it looks pretty spectacular. But again, it's low mana for Yasik, and taking the ranged and the magic out of it, just using him for melee.
Yeah. I had an interesting one the other day, and it depends on where I am on my progress bar between as to how experimental I'll get. If I'm getting towards the bottom, it's true and trusted. But if I'm up the end, I'll experiment a bit. And I think it was Equal Health and Noxious Gas or Noxious Fumes. And I'm not a huge fan of 2 tanks at the front, but okay, just play around. So I put Exploding Rats, and behind Exploding Rats, Exploding Dwarf. And luckily enough, like occasionally with Equal Health, you're relying on the other person to put in a high health card. And occasionally that doesn't happen. Like you've all got like 5 life or something like that. I think it was 7. Remember, it was quite low. So Exploding Rats gets taken out. Redemption. Boom, 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 boom. And that was at the end. And then Exploding Dwarf. Bang, bang. Like, it was devastating. It was really, really good.
Absolutely.
But there's so many things that could go wrong with that. But it pulled off in that particular case. Now, if everyone had like 11 life or something, it wouldn't have. But with such low life, that redemption and then it works out quite well.
Perfect
Because
storm.
then the gas is just going to finish them off,
For sure. And I guess all I wanted to say on him was, off a first glance, I agree with you, Matt. Melee, control where he hits with melee. Not affected, get your sneaks in and all that. I reckon that's the best use case, melee, for sure. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that.
Ironically, the opportunity rule set, I think, is another spot, because for example, I know a lot of people do this. Opportunity means you get basically a free taunt, or 2 or 3 free taunts, because whoever's your lowest health card is going to taunt all of that incoming firepower. And so because my opponent has planned for that, and they've selected who I'm going to target first, and they've got an idea about what's going to happen, that ironically is a good time to use Yasik, because I'm hitting randomly whatever, not that specific card that they were expecting me to hit. Yeah, exactly. Because they do Yasik cards that just ignore the bait and just scattershot all over the place. And if that's
cool.
a big part of their strategy is that I'm going to go for their lowest health card, then that can throw things off as well. So and just like avoiding a taunt, you know, if you get one of those big
Nice.
shield bearer teams that are all repair and all that, and they're dug in, and you can hit that front guy all day and do nothing. That's again where Yasik's going to go well, but especially with something like a poison.
Mm.
If it's going to be a match that goes to 13, 14, 15 rounds, get out to fatigue, well then just one scattershot card can completely change things.
When it hits the right card, absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you can do that. You can have all melee, you can have opportunists, sneaks, reach cards, and then just one ranged or magic if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Make him somebody with poison. So there's plenty
So
of
he's quite
possibilities there.
versatile.
Hmm.
Yeah, he can be quite versatile.
Mhm.
All right. How about the battles?
Some battling. All right. So should we let the two big boys go first? What do you reckon?
I
Or
like that.
Gio, did you want to have a go with our guest?
How
Which
about
way we do it?
how about us first, and you use Yasik, the one I delegated.
Oh yeah, so you know exactly what I'm going to play. play a counter. Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's just a showcasing. Come
Uh,
on, come on.
Yeah, until he wins, and then it was a legit battle.
Yeah.
It's just a demonstration. It's just a friendly. I won. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
no, for real.
dominated him.
I just want to.
Gio
I just want to
anyway.
do
Gio kicks
Oh,
my ass
I wanna
every time I come across him.
just one battle with you. Even if I win, I'd like for you to push it onwards. So how about
Alright.
we do that?
Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
open up, and you want me to play Jessic?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right.
I do.
Gold.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to get
Geotrix or
wrecked
Poufet?
by Poufet. Yep. You know it.
Hey, is a
All
beast.
about. Let's. Ah, there you go. Accept. Yeah.
You
Accept.
watch, there'll be no fire.
I know.
Oh,
I know. Hey, whatever happens,
there's no
no
fire.
fire. Okay, it's all good.
Should we cancel or?
We'll
Oh no, we'll just play it out. Yeah.
We'll play.
Okay.
We'll do it another
Don't be
time.
upset if the very first time there's no spark. You know, just push on, keep at it.
Mhm.
The fire will come eventually.
Yeah. Boy
That it will.
Scouts. And of course, no, as no, true to my games, it's a 13 mana match. Why
Yeah.
do I always get the low manners? It's crazy.
Always, Bob. Always. I don't even know.
So yeah, it's reverse speed, earthquake, 13 mana. We've got water, earth, death, and dragons.
Hmm. That's what we do.
And team
Reverse
is
speed and earthquake, all I
submitted.
think is Gold Dragon. I know that's old school, but earthquake, Gold Dragon is incredible, and reverse speed he's fine in.
Yeah, I imagine Dio's
Ah,
probably
well.
gonna go with quicks because I don't have a dragon hand. So let's see
I'm
that.
just gonna go something completely random. Something I usually don't go for. So we'll see how we go.
Alright.
Let me choose this. Yep. Let's try this. All right. I am just about done.
Okay.
I assume you're sharing screen.
Yeah, I'll just bring it up to the right screen.
Okay.
The aspect ratio better be absolutely perfect. Just the right zoom, everything. We don't want to hear about it, do we, Gio?
There's nothing high tech. There's nothing high tech about my stuff, so it's not hard for me to do.
Yeah, he's just got 1080, 1080p. It's really easy to adjust for. Standard.
So let's go a little bit bigger. If I can reach with my right hand. All right. Thoughts?
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I think you got this. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
I mean, most of your hand's going to go with the first earthquake, Gio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, I actually think you got this. I really do. That.
Scavenge and
Uh,
life leech. That was a good. Yeah, that's a good combo.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting armor from your Queen Mycelia though, Gio. That'll keep you alive another round.
Yeah. Yep. It will. But to get through the health of what's his face?
Riftwing.
Riftwing,
Yeah. I
yeah,
think
with all
that's.
that scavenge.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
assuming
well.
you hit him every time.
Exactly. It is reverse speed, so I'm most
Oh,
likely
of course, yes, you will, of course.
going to. But yeah, okay. How about we just play this? Let's
All
just
right.
play it.
Mr.
I'm gonna
Rogers,
give
what
it
do you
to
think?
Bob. I'm Bob. I'm gonna.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaning toward Bob.
I'm
Me
gonna buck the trend and say Bob.
Oh, miss with the.
I think that armor is helping him more than we realise.
Yeah.
Nah, but the
There goes my attack.
Yeah, but
ah,
yeah,
you
no,
won.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, demolished. Yep, there we go.
Destroyed. That Riftwing is so powerful there.
It didn't
Yeah,
occur
of
to me.
course.
I didn't think of it for some reason. Don't
All
know.
right.
This is wow.
I've been noticing
Yeah.
Riftwing a lot more, and I hadn't thought about it either, but I've been seeing it more, and I'm like, it's a pain in the ass, like because you're like, I gotta get
Yeah.
to the card behind you, and I can't.
And the backfire
lot of
can,
times.
can like really like ruin someone's day as well with low mana. But I've seen my Riftwing take people out with backfire. So
Sure. Anyway, nice win. Who's next?
yeah, I think that's my first win against Gio on the show, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you get to pick your opponent, Bob, right?
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, and literally just popped up then 10 minutes on the clock. So,
My God.
well, you're our guest, so I'll send you a challenge then, Mr. Rogers.
All right, sir.
Okay, and gold is okay for you. So it's a gold challenge because I just don't have the diamond deck. Like gold finger, diamond deck. Challenge sent.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
So earthquake, 18 mana, and we can only use earth. And earth is, I've only got a level 4 summoner for earth. It's the one that, it's the next one on the list for me to level up. Okay, this will be interesting. All right, so I've submitted. I pretty much had very limited options there, so.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, the latest
Oh,
summoner,
good lord.
latest summoner that I worked with was Alric. Get him to go level, got level 7 Alric. And
Oh,
the
damn, that's
next
nice.
next suit for me to work on is Lyanna. I looked at today, how much? I need
30,
30 BCX to get her to level 6. So that's the
pretty
next one.
sure.
Next one for
Is
me.
she alpha or beta? What are you
Beta.
beta?
All right. Hmm. So Demoralize is gonna play Havoc. Inspire. Is they gonna help? Thorns. 1, 1, 2. My Nectar Queen just needs to make it past that first round. And get here. I think I might be okay, actually. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah.
I think thorns are going to hurt
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah, I'll give this a mister.
Yeah, I think Mr. Rogers is going to take this one just because the by the time you get through to his vulture is going to be huge from
Yes,
scavenge,
scavenge. Yes.
and you're
damn.
going to get wrecked on thorns, but also amplify from Queen Mycelia means you're going to take 3 thorn damage every time. So
Yeah.
you know, unless you get real lucky with the poisons, I think Mr. Rogers is going to wreck you.
Yeah, no.
You have to get real lucky
I'm
with the
done.
poisoning.
Yeah. I'll give you Mr. Rogers. Yeah. What do you think, Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, I think it favors me as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there goes my healer. So yeah, it's all over. Boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so probably got time for one more game. Mr. Rogers, who do you want to take on?
The last
Let's
2.
get Matt in on this.
Okay,
Mhm.
Do you want to do gold or diamond, Matt?
I prefer diamond, just a Matt Clark.
and
There
you'll
it
need
is.
to share screen, Mr. Rogers. That's on a mobile.
Sounds good.
Accept. So we have 27 mana. All ranged and magic attack monsters have the snipe ability, so it's target practice, and odd ones out. We got all splinters except for water and life
Wow.
are
That's
available.
I'm trying to picture some plays that you guys might use. Maybe something in the sniping range. Maybe something with some reflect.
Well,
Possibly.
everything that's magic,
Hmm.
magic and ranged will all.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some headwinds. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of amplification.
You've hit a spot there. Did he just totally reveal your team there, Mr. Rogers? Is that your poker face?
No, you're just freaking hilarious.
All right, I've submitted.
All right.
Right.
I have two. I was being truthful. I will say that I don't own this one, but I did rent it for this occasion.
Cool.
All right.
That's great.
Oh, this is going to be
Yoden,
fun.
it's gonna
I'm
be
excited
Yoden, isn't
about
it, with
this.
the blast-
Cheers.
Blasting with that snipe.
gonna- Or is it Yasik?
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
This is
Wow.
perfect. This is sick.
Wow.
This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
It's like my dreams come
Agreed.
true.
agreed. So I'm going for as much speed as humanly possible to try and get Elmo just dodging everything. Right.
Yeah.
That's my hope, I guess. It's not the enrage rule set where you'd normally use Elmo, but I think if I've got 2 from Yasik and then I've got my fly, what's he called, Flame Imp and Goblin Shaman are each boosting speed, and hoping that my Exploding Dwarf does some damage. Don't like the thorns down there. Not a fan of those thorns. That means that my Exploding Dwarf is definitely going to get wrecked straight off.
Yeah.
But
And he doesn't even have
yeah.
the speed, so he's not gonna go first.
Well, you
Guys,
could
we have a
retaliate.
minute.
That's the other,
Oh, yeah,
that's the other
retaliate.
thing. Okay, yeah, let's play it. Let's play it. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to
Play it.
Mr. Rogers, though.
All right.
I
Same.
think that, yeah.
But Yasik versus
This is
Yasik,
going to be
this will
so
good
much
to
fun.
watch.
I'm so excited to watch this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, blind!
What?
It was blind! The blind!
The
The blind!
blind.
Oh,
wow. I can't even.
oh.
Wow.
Shit.
Gone.
Insane.
Shit.
Whoa.
Blind. Who knew?
Blind.
Oh my
He's gone.
God.
He's poisoned. Jeez.
When I put that team together, the last thing I thought was going to happen was that I'd get the first 2 turns and miss them both.
That's insane. Oh my God.
Good game, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
good game. That's insane.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
That was.
Mister-
Shit.
It was so good to have you on. I really enjoyed this. So
This was
10
awesome,
seconds
you
left.
guys.
Everyone
I
say
love
you
you
goodbye.
guys. This was so good.
I love you too, man.
All right.
Till next
Peace.
time.
All right, so as you can see, we got cut off with the Zoom timer there. Just got that game in on time, so Matt and I just pop it on and say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Time just goes so quick on this show, it's unbelievable. And if you would like us to analyze one of your battles, drop a battle link in the comment section below. We can go through it, like we do with our teams. And also every week, the commenter who provides a comment, actually two possibilities in this episode to win 10% of the post rewards. Either a comment that generates the most engagement, or we're still looking for interesting ideas for Mr. Rogers' cosplay to attend the Splinterfest. So if you've got a great idea for Mr. Rogers, drop that. And yes, someone will win 10% of the post rewards. That's it for episode 39. Mac?
Just quickly, if you feel like I was robbed in that last match, feel free to say that in the comments of this post. I'll be upvoting those comments heavily. Just, he's not with us now, so hopefully he misses this last little bit. Yeah, so if you could tell that I was absolutely robbed by the RNG there, then feel free to express those sentiments. Great to see everybody. Have a great night. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, and what a great way to finish though, Yasik and Yasik. That was freaking awesome. Look forward to seeing you in episode 40. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.
Bye.